Hello and welcome to today's blog looking at the theme of freedom. For the last few days we've been looking at the use of the Passover festival throughout John's Gospel. John cleverly structures his Gospel using 3 separate Passover occasions. But today we'll be looking at John chapter 8 verses 31 to 36, which I'll read. To the Jews who had believed him, Jesus said, "If you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." They answered him, "We are Abraham's descendants and have never been slaves of anyone. How can you say that we shall be set free?" Jesus replied, "Very truly I tell you, everyone who sins is a slave to sin. Now a slave has no permanent place in the family, but a son belongs to it forever. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." In this passage, Jesus is not talking about physical freedom. Although the analogy is there, the Israelites had been enslaved in Egypt for 400 years, the end of this captivity being what the festival of Passover was all about. But a different sort of freedom that only he could bring. While he encouraged his disciples to read the Torah, the law of Moses, detailing the exodus out of slavery, the sort of freedom that he was offering was different. He speaks of sin. The word sin can have negative connotations, but Tom Wright describes it within this passage as anything that detracts from worshipping God, so money, power, etc. Jesus is offering not just freedom from something, in this case sin, but freedom to something, finding our true selves and our true identity as a child of God. Our worries, our fears, our guilt, self-judgment, all act as barriers, keeping God and the world at arm's length. But Jesus acts as the bridge by which we can journey closer to God, by taking all of our pain and hurt, all the bad stuff, to himself. He did it 2,000 years ago, and he'll do it today. We just have to let him. It is this truth that will set us all free. And it's a truth that's hard to hear, particularly in modern culture, which thrives so much on image, power, wealth and the cult of celebrity, more so than on truth and integrity. I was having a similar conversation, but in a different context, only this morning, discussing how there is a celebrity vicar who has a massive Twitter following. Are people following his tweets because he's pointing them to Jesus' teachings, or because he is the quintessential dishy vicar? This talking into the camera and doing live streams and Facebook videos is weird for me, and I know for most of the ministry team from this side of the camera. But why? We're so used to these types of videos, YouTube, TikTok. If you haven't heard of TikTok, look it up, it's really weird. Reality TV. I'm a celebrity, back on TV again, though this time from lockdown Wales rather than the Australian outback, which is a big difference. People wanting their 5 minutes of fame, becoming overnight internet sensations. And that's all fine. But is that the real self that's being portrayed on screen? Are people offering up their true, authentic selves? I get massively nervous and self-conscious doing this. One, because I'm talking to myself, which is just odd. But two, I know that this is on the internet and it's there forever. There's no erasing your digital footprint. And this is me. This is my real self. I'm talking to you as me. When I was an actress and I would play a part, I wasn't so nervous because I was somebody else. The first time I did my blog, Matt phoned to check if I got on okay recording it, and I said I hadn't done it yet because I'd only just put on my makeup. Now, we chuckle about it, especially as I've offered to put a bit of powder on him on a Sunday to take the shine off his face. But this obsession with appearance isn't coming from a place of my own vanity. It's from self-judgment born out of the judgmental and perfection-obsessed world that we live in. It shouldn't matter what we look like. What we're doing is engaging with the Bible and the teachings of Jesus, and in the process, hopefully, walking alongside and encouraging others to do the same. So if we take all of these insecurities, hurts, pains, and worries to Jesus, we can have a closer relationship with God. God knows all of our flaws and imperfections, and he loves us unconditionally as his children. The truth shall set you free. God loves us, and that's the truth. See you all again. Bye.